So the Cowboys minicamp, and it appears that defense is one of the things that we're going to take a focal point on today. And you see Dante Fowler, I'm thinking that he's going to have one of those years that he had last season to continue to elevate. And they're working out on this hoop drill, whereas they got to bend around and get around on that circle and pick up an object. And this shows dexterity, shoulder bend, athleticism, and being able to stay low. Low man always win, but you got to be able to shoot hips and bend around, and pick up item and get things moving. So the Cowboys, with all laughter, it's always great to see Michael Parsons in the mix, even though by rule of most negotiations that he probably shouldn't be there. But you know, he loves football and he really want to get things going for the 2025 season. And when we start to think about everything with Aaron Whitecotton, it's good to understand that he will be the guy that's training these guys up to the level that we need to see, especially as it relates to stopping the run. So I like seeing this all together. Michael Parsons showing, hey, I'm more than just a player on the field. I'm a leader, and I like seeing this all together. Athleticism is a major thing, right, with Joe Milton. That man can throw the ball 80 to 90 yards easily, right? But it's crazy at 6'5", he's so athletic. He can do those backward flips, front flips, regardless of what you can think of. This is a wild picture, man. Being able to capture him just like this is crazy. Good in a way because, you know, he's athletic. And back to Parsons, just doing what Parsons need to do. Getting out there, showing up and showing out. And when we start to think of this football team in general, it appears that these guys are having fun. And I love seeing it. You see Jadon Blue, you see Jalen Tolbert, you see Dak Prescott, you seeing even Junior Adams in the folds over here, making sure that everybody's having a great time. And I love knowing that and seeing that. And you see Matt Eberflus with Osa Diggy Azua, making sure that he's getting around that edge pretty good. And I think that this team is, the culture aspect of it is going to be a whole lot better. Mears lived foul, he filled out. He looked like he gained about 10 to 15 good pounds of physical force that's added to his frame. And we know this guy come through like a kamikaze, like a missile when it's time for him to hit. And those are things that I like to see. And it's just good to see these guys going into year two anyhow. And Parsons doing Parsons things. We already know about that. And this is a guy that could be comeback player of the year, could turn a lot of people head over to him because of his athleticism. He's like a bigger version of a Parsons, believe it or not, and that's Sam Williams as he gets around on his edge here doing the same athletic drill and coming off of that ACL deal. He himself racing Parsons, being able to be neck to neck or close. Some people said he won, and that's amazing knowingly that he's coming off of that injury. That's everything, Cowboy Nation. Look at the athleticism, being able to bend, shoulder, get around, use dexterity, and scoop and get this item here. We got a good problem to have when you have Sam Williams being able to race against your, by far, best edge rusher in the National Football League. Now, speaking of quarterbacks, look at Joe Milton, man, and then you see Will Greer and Dak Prescott. And no particular order, by the way. It's just that this is how the photo look, and it appears that he's the starting quarterback in this photo. But neither here nor there. The Man Shoe Gang is gaming, and as well as the statue of this photo. And we're seeing Ken Dorsey. He's the new guy. He's the analytical guy of the team, and he's analytically getting everybody together. And I like seeing that too as well. Yeah, come on with it, Cowboy Nation. And this hot pointing the ball, bringing it down, linebacker, LBU. You're seeing Matt Eberflus. He's looking at everything, making sure everything is going to be golden for the 2025 season. Matt Eberflus is way back here, but Mears live foul. Pay attention to 35. He gonna keep it real. And then Jack Sanborn. Yeah. The other linebacker that was picked up this season. Hopefully he'll bring in some of his veteran savvy and leadership to the table And those are things that we're looking for out of everything, especially on this defense. I think truly that the defense may be surprising to a lot of folks. This is Kenneth Murray, a great downhill guy. We'll see what's going to happen with him within the confines of the space of the Cowboys. Hopefully we can see what he can do as far as bringing real linebackers back to the table. Parsons just been around that edge, man. That low shoulder band, crazy good, Cowboys, crazy good. And here's a good picture. Aaron Whitecotton. You got Tommy, the Nigerian warrior. You have Osa Adigi Ozua, and then you have Parsons. So if Tommy is learning all what he can from Osa and Solomon, right? And we know that he is a 3 tech. Our biggest area of need is, far as from what we know, is defensive 1 tech, right? But it's good to see these rushers over here talking to Aaron Whitecotton. I think that Aaron, he's going to get things going for us on the defensive side. Special teams, yes, you see this too. That's CJ. He's been here for a long stay. Then you see my guy Josh Butler on the sideline getting ready to get out there. Can't wait to see him this season as well. He gained some pounds, man, some pure muscles, and he's coming off of his recovery, and he's moving on and moving around without a brace, so that's a good thing. And shout out to my guy. And Jay Toya bending around, using that frame and getting off on the edge here. So even big boys got to do this drill. Dexterity. Come on with it. And we getting things going the best way possible. And you look at Parsons again, letting people know this is how you got to get that drill done. And hey, let's work on this sledge right here. Let's work on this. Let's work on that. And here's what I want to say with number 20. It's Kyer Elam. I've been hearing so much good news about him that I can't wait to really see him. And he built the part. His dad played for the Cowboys, so there's a lot of blue in that heart. So let's see what he's gonna do for the 2025 season. He got rocking the 1 sleeve groove, and of course we have our reservations on DBs as it relates to Trayvon Diggs' recovery, Siobhan Revo recovery. We got 2 glaring holes on this defense. Who's going to play the nickel? Who's going to be on the opposite side of Deron Bland? Well, he can resolve a lot of the unknown right now if he shows up and show out, and we're banking on that. But I would prefer the Cowboys to still shake the tree and find a veteran to bring into the building. But the Cowboys going to do Cowboys ways, but the philosophy will be really good if they do it just that way, Cowboy Nation. And when I'm thinking of it, this defense, like I said, heavily on the defense. If the defense can give us top 15, top 10 defense, and I know there's a stretch from going from 28, 29th all the way to top 15 to top 10, but you got to contextualize the fact that we had a lot of injuries, right? So if Matt Eberflus can get us top 15 to top 10 defense, it's going to be crazy good for the 2025 season. Granted, I know the uphill climb and battle, and I can get it if we still finish in 20 range. But with everything, all of the pieces put into place, I can see it happening within just like that a year. And you're seeing Parsons, he's trying to call out Sam Williams on this one, and I love it. The energy is real, Cowboy Nation. You just got to understand that this team is focused and they ready to get things going. It's Marshawn Nealon and on the mix and trying to get things going, and of course Cavante Turpin, one of the fastest man in the league right there, and he's looking to have even more of a year for the 2025 season. And speaking of that, just think of it. At first I thought that was a real person, that dummy. That dummy boy, I'm telling you. And it's good to see the leaders here. It's good to see Parsons in the mix, even though the contract is not done yet. It's going to get done. It's just the fact that the Cowboys like to do Cowboys things. Part 2 will be right around, and we'll get more into these type of pictures and photos and stuff like that, talking about the Cowboys' directions in the 2025 season. That's all the time that I have for this moment. Be sure to hit that like, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Let's get it, Cowboy Nation. Peace.